Madea muscled her way to the top of the box office. The latest from Tyler Perry certainly lived up to its opening weekend expectations. A review on Madea Goes to Jail, a look at The Last House on the Left, and what's new on DVD, plus a look at the Academy Awards are all coming up next on this episode of the Film Geek. Vaulted her way to the top of the weekend's charts. Madea Goes to Jail opened at number 1 with $41 million taken in. Taken nabbed the second spot with $11.4 million. Coraline was third with $11 million. Friday the 13th and Oscar winner Slumdog Millionaire rounded out the top 5. That's a recap of how last week's movies did. Before we get started, let's take a look at the very special, one-of-a-kind Film Geek rating system. The best rating a movie can get is you should take a date, pay full price, and buy the popcorn and the Coke. After that, go to the matinee showing of the movie. After that, wait for it to come out on DVD. And finally, if the movie is horrible, if it's terrible, if it's just a pain to watch, wait for it to come out on TBS. After a high-speed car chase, Madea winds up behind bars once again. Meanwhile, Assistant District Attorney Josh Hardaway defends a former college classmate named Candace. When Candace winds up in the jailhouse, Madea takes the young woman under her wing.
I said today. You know you're gonna need a best man, right?
I found the most amazing dressmaker, and she agreed to do the dress for us.
We are all struggling to be our best.
Can I have some me time, please?
Did I ever ask you for some me time? What the hell is me time?
My dear, you have an anger management problem.
Fine, Cora.
City of Atlanta versus Washington.
Kennedy? I'm sorry, Your Honor. Seems that I know this defendant.
We are all searching for a better life.
Why you bail me out of jail?
Because you're a friend.
You ain't like the rest of us, Candy. If anybody can get out of here, you can.
And we are all on a journey.
I didn't raise no punk. You better go get that fool.
Between where we came from
What are you doing with her?
I was just trying to help her out.
You've helped her enough.
and who we want to be.
What is wrong with you? Why do you feel the need that you gotta get somebody all the time?
Well, when you getting got and somebody done got you and you go get them, when you get them, everybody's gonna get got.
Yeah, but you're getting the gotters when they didn't do anything to you to
but
get
if
you.
the gotters get me, I'm gonna get my Glock.
Tyler Perry and Lionsgate invite you to experience the laughter,
Joe, who the hell are all these people in my house?
the sacrifices,
Don't you feel sorry for me? At least I get paid for what I do now.
and the convictions
She's going to jail this time.
I ain't going.
that make us who we are.
I see nobody told you I run this prison.
Young man, I guess nobody told you that I'm Madea. Mud to the damn DEA.
This February,
You're in love with her.
There's nothing going on with us.
believe in forgiveness
They gave me 17 years.
I'm gonna get you out of here. I'm gonna be here for you.
and allow yourself
Everybody got a life, and what you do with that life is up to you.
to break free. Tyler Perry's Madea Goes to Jail.
You saw me get ready to take this spot.
I took it.
My God, look at your car.
This movie is just plain hilarious. There is no doubt about the comedic ability of Tyler Perry. He writes, directs, produces, and even stars in his own movies. The only real problem with this movie is the melodrama almost grinds the movie to a complete stop. Other than that, this is a very solid effort. Fantastic movie that I plan on taking a date, paying full price, and buying that popcorn and Coke to. Madea is finally out from behind bars, and it's time for upcoming flicks. All right, let's think here for a minute. Let's say you were beaten up by a group of people you didn't really know and they left you for dead. Okay, let's hypothetical. You were discovered and returned to your parents. While you were being nursed back to health, the strangers that beat you up returned to your parents' home and asked for shelter for the night. Your parents find out that the very strangers that are responsible for all this are now coming into their house. What would they do? Well, I know mine would just go back to sleep, probably feed him breakfast in the morning, and probably give him a ride to work, the next morning. But, however, Mary's parents are a bit different.
You got her. Now what?
I saw a house back there. It's about our car trouble.
We're actually pretty lucky today, seeing your house.
There's only one problem.
Our daughter won't have the car back till tomorrow morning.
You know, you should probably just sleep here tonight.
We have a guest house.
Did you hear that?
Mary! She's been shot.
Can you tell us who did this to you?
What are we gonna do? We don't have a car. The phones are dead and they're still here.
Which means we gotta be ready to do anything.
Hair reminds me of a warm, safe place where I sit shy on the heart and pray for the thunder and the rain. Quietly pass me by. Oh, 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 sweet child of mine.
You want to hear what I did to your daughter?
I wanna hear you beg for your life.
Looks like another horror flick gone wild. It's an interesting dynamic in that these mild-mannered parents are the ones that are going to be hacking people to bits instead of a big crazy weirdo guy like Jason from last week. This is a remake of a 1972 classic, and we all know that many remakes are just a simple rehashing of the story, and it usually ends up being not nearly as good as the original. This picture does have something good going for it, though. Wes Craven, the director and writer of the original, has signed on to be a producer for this film. I think that I'm going to wait and go to the matinee showing on this one. The Last House on the Left comes out on March 13th. And before we get to that Last House on the Left, let's take a look at what's new on DVD for February 24th. Here's the lineup. We have Take and Broken Windows. This is literally one of the slowest weeks I've ever seen for DVD releases, and I had never even heard of either of these films. So if I were you, I'd continue to check out the movies from last week as we wait for next Tuesday's releases. The Academy Awards were last night. It's Hollywood's biggest night with the handing out of Oscars. You also get to see how much more plastic surgery Joan Rivers has gone through in the past year. All jokes aside, Slumdog Millionaire was the big champ, winning many awards such as Best Picture and Director. My personal favorite, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, was all but shut out. Yeah, it got 3, but nothing real big. I was hoping for a Best Picture nod for them. The Oscars look like they trimmed their budget quite a bit, but that made it for a more exciting time this year. I think it was one of the better produced Academy Awards, and for the love of God, it did not take till 1 a.m. to get through all of them. And that will do it for this episode of the Film Geek. I'd like to remind all of you that you can view all of CUTV's programming on YouTube. Head on over to youtube.com, search CUInternetTV with no spaces. We've partnered with the Cameron Collegian to launch cunews.wetpaint.com. On the website, you'll find great news and content. Thanks to Jack Connor and everyone down at Carmike Cinemas for their help, too. The Carmike is bar none the best place to watch a movie here in Lawton. The crew down here at CUTV also deserve a big thank you. These dedicated individuals are the real reason we have a show to bring you each week. So on behalf of Dr. Matt Jenkins, Director Michael Faget, and the entire crew here at CUTV, I'm the Film Geek, Kyle Luters, and we'll see you at the box office.